Inhale,
Yeah, no,
exhale.
so yeah, we're here, and my name's Ade. I'm from Keep Me Young, the founder of Keep Me Young. And
I am Kyle. I'm the founder of Thrive, and we've come together.
yeah, basically, I'll let you lead the way because I know you've Thrive has officially launched now.
Yep, officially launched.
Congratulations!
Thank you very much. It's been crazy. There's a lot going on behind the scenes, but obviously we've entered 2025, and I've been employed before. Going into employed life to go for a little bit more experience because Thrive was an idea for the last 3-4 years, but it wasn't ready to launch until I got some experience working for this last PT company or personal training studio, just to give me a bit more knowledge for what I need for the product side of things, service side of things. But now we've got the right people in place to support us, and we're moving together with the right collaboration partners, Thrive and Keep Me Young, and it just feels like the right time, especially in Chapel Allerton, to launch the Keep Me Young Running Club. And then obviously Thrive is in North Leeds as well as personal training, group training, transformative mindset coaching. I think we'll just work together really well in terms of what we're both offering. Similar but different. And we're just here because we genuinely want to help people in the capacity that we can.
Definitely, and for people like who, what got you into wanting to be a personal trainer? Because I know you've been doing it for a while, and you've been, helping people and helping people's lives for good. So, for just some people might not know you've got a track record in the field. So, what was it that got you into it? Was it for your own personal development, then leading into wanting to help others, or?
Yeah, I think, you know what? It's a long story, so I won't say too much.
Okay.
But I guess for a lot of people, it's down to like mental health and just kind of well-being. The gym is such a great place, whether you're with a friend, whether you're on your own, just to kind of have an endorphin release and have something that, you've accomplished and you feel like you're getting stronger in the gym, you're moving with weights, and it's just something that gives you that pride that you're building something or you have power building something yourself, which is your own body and your own mind. I was in a dark place back in 2017 with a lot of things going on in life, and I had no money. I had to move back home. I went into a phase of depression, so I won't go into that too much today. But that point was a catalyst of me just being like, look, I need to get into the gym. I didn't have any money. I couldn't afford a gym membership, but I had a PT qualification. So the last job I had was working for a PT cost provider. I got the free qualification without having to pay an arm and leg for it. And then I thought, let me just utilize that to just have a free gym membership to work for myself. And it just worked out really well because I managed to focus on myself in the gym, have a positive influence on other people in there, the members, and then I did some classes. Actually met you. Classes as well. I led some classes, and you were always that dynamic guy, just absolutely going for it. And I was like, this guy's bloody. I can't even keep up with him, and I'm getting involved in the class. I can see this guy's on it, to be fair. So, and then from there, it just blew up into helping other people. People saw that I was committed to my role and had something about me, whatever that was. And from then, it just allowed me to help hundreds of people over the last several years. And here we are now. We're just elevated to the next level to up there. So we've come at the right time to collaborate with this. Back end of 2024. And here we are.
No, definitely. And it's like with what you were saying about like mental health. I think one of the things that's happened, I think, in the last 5 years is like there's obviously a lot of talk about mental health, but the brain and the body is all one, as we know. So really there's just health. There's just health. It's mental and physical. If you look after one, usually the other will look after the other one as well. So I think it's as well, for me, running, has been a big thing for my mental health, and, running every day. And that's part of the reason I run every day is to get ready for the day, like you said, we deal with ups and downs, depression, anxiety, For me as well, it's like it never really goes. It's just how you manage it, And I think that's important for people to know that as well. It's like managing it, because I think sometimes people think, oh, how do I just get rid of it? I want it gone. I want to feel this way. I want it gone. Oh, it's not gone. But it's like, no, you just have to manage it, So it's like you can brush your teeth. So your teeth are clean that day, but if you leave them too long, then you're gonna get gum disease, tooth decay, all that stuff. So you gotta manage, your teeth. You can't just brush them once and then that's it. Oh, I brushed my teeth 5 years ago, so I'm good. You then never have to brush them again, So it's just that same thing. And I think that's like really something that I want to highlight moving forward with people, so they can get a better understanding of applying it to their life and applying the healthy habits to their life. It doesn't have to be a burden, And I think that's one of the things with Keep Me Young that like I wanted to do is just make it really simple so people can sip a coffee and get the benefits of the lion's mane and the rhodiola, found to pop all supplements and things like that. I know a lot of people didn't like the taste of sea moss, so it's like, okay, how can we make it tasty and easy and stuff like that? So wellness simplified has been a big one for me, and the message of that as well. And just also just try and have fun and connect with like-minded people in life. I think that's important. I think there's so many social groups, and it's important to just kind of know who you are and because I know throughout time, for me, it's like you're not gonna connect with like-minded people in certain spaces. That's why I think things like the running club's important and stuff like that. So yeah, I think that's for me. That's really where I'm at now, and just like how can we lift each other up and achieve the things we're trying to achieve as well, but and be human about it as well. I know that's one of the big things we talk about. It's just we are human. I know some people will see you and see what you do and say, Kyle's just like a robot. It's
Far from it.
yeah, and it's tricky as well because obviously if you're posting stuff and you're highlighting stuff, a lot of the times I'll highlight I've done a 6K or you might be highlighting some stuff you're doing in the gym as well. I'll probably hardly highlight ourselves eating biscuits and pizza, having a glass of wine or whatever it is. There you go. Well, now we are. Now we are. We've got biscuits.
Yeah.
Got a mocha.
All the chocolate.
Yeah. So yeah, that's it.
Yeah, man. It's I don't know where you've been at with it, but I've definitely gone from running my own business before doing personal training when I came out of my episode and when I thought I did. And like you kind of say, it's kind of always there to a certain extent. It depends how you manage it going forwards. And again, I had an episode where a lot of stress. So I'm trying to discern, is it stress? Is it depression again in the phase before I launched? Right? Way before actually, to be fair.
Yeah.
Then it's like, okay, I know that's there. That's telling me it's still always going to be there. But what are my outlets? Which can help me manage things like that as well. And I managed to find them. But then I'm asking myself the right questions with knowing that part of my purpose is to be involved in personal training and helping people with their physical and mental health. Physical health primarily, and then it normally affects people's mental health secondarily. And I'm asking myself the question now of how can I, instead of being how can I earn the most money from my personal training business, it's now how can I help people holistically, as many people as possible. And I think that type of question for me has allowed me to put myself out there a bit more freely because my actual driver is to help people and not just be like, I want to get this client, I want to get this many clients, which is what a lot of PTs do, and that's great, but it's not how you will eventually run a business that will be omnipresent and is going to help people everywhere and has the values or conveys the values that I'm trying to convey through my own heart, if that makes sense. So I guess it's just honesty of just trying to help people because I've been not there to a certain extent and I don't want to be where I've been. And other people have been in worse places that I've been in, but I know there's a lot of people in bad places, but how can I help get them out of that? And I guess it might be similar for yourself. We're not here to saying that we're therapists or anything but we know that exercise is such a good outlet for just bringing people up and digging people up as well. So,
no, absolutely, it's well said. And it's I think with business or going into business as well, I've learned, for me, I have to be passionate about the thing. I come from a creative background. I've made music and although I love music and it's a gift or a talent or a skill and it's something I dedicated a lot of time to, For me, it's and this is not knocking like music, because I think music serves a purpose. We connect music to wellness and exercise and stuff like that. But as an artist, the idea of me being on a stage and performing a song or asking people to check my song out, I think music, because music's very subjective. It's like, is it really helping people? You know, is it, if me shoving a song down someone's throat or ears, you know, to listen to it when there's so much music out there, again, it's subjective. So for me, I find more kind of what it is, like more of your calling in wellness, because it covers so much. And from my own kind of experience, like you said, of how you've helped yourself, you can then share that with others, because you know, okay, this has really worked. I've tested it on myself. That's the same as my products, same as the running, and obviously even getting qualified as a personal trainer, just to be able to learn more, you know, and be able to help people more. So, and it's satisfying to help people as well, you know. I think, yeah. So I think in business, you've got to be passionate about the thing. Then you can be genuine, and it'll probably have more longevity in the business, because a lot of people, like you say, will get into business just because, okay, I heard this makes money and I'm going to do this. And then, you know, then they stop because they're on to the next thing.
Yeah.
But I think when you're really about what it is you're providing, then, you know, that's, you just allow that to grow. You're not forcing anything. And it's genuine. And I think people aren't stupid as well. I think people will pick up on someone who's genuine. Well, hopefully they will, as opposed to someone who's just trying to sell them something, you know. It's, and I think that's why being my own guinea pig has been a big thing for me, just so I can have integrity when it comes to speaking to people or answering people's questions and stuff. So
that's wicked. That
yeah.
I didn't mention I had a background in music as well, so it's kind of like I was in music, he's in music.
Yeah, we haven't talked about this as well.
Okay,
no.
Obviously, my background was sound engineering, music production, and then I went to uni in Liverpool and I studied audio engineering, music production.
Yeah.
Because back then, before I even went to uni, I went to church, or my mum forced me into church, as I thought it was back then, but I think it was a great thing to teach me values and morals anyway.
Yeah.
But I remember there was a woman who prayed over me when I was at church. I must have been about 14, 15, 16, I don't know, something like that. And she whispered to me in my ears just to say, you know, she's doing a normal prayer. She said, Kyle, this one is special. This one's going to change the world.
Wow.
And I was thinking, you mean did someone else talk about it? No, I'm talking about you. You're going to change the world. God has said you're going to change the world. And I come away from the church and everything, but I still have those kind of voices and messages in my mind.
Yeah, brilliant.
And I thought it was through music. So that's why I went to Liverpool. And I'm not creative. I don't regard myself as a creative too much on that side.
Right.
But I loved it.
Yeah.
And I made music. But something in the back of my head was just like, is this for me? Kind of thing. And I moved to London to try and make it work.
Wow.
My degree.
Yeah.
Had a few songs in place for some big artists actually.
Yeah.
In the London scene.
Oh wow.
Fell apart.
Yeah.
Just hit me hard a bit because I had to move back to Leeds and just changed my course of trajectory massively. But got into training. I got into training by that point anyway in the gym, but really got into it. And then just had a feeling that this was the actual calling. So actually, it wasn't music, it was actually fitness. So I'm still on this journey. I'm still like, 7 years in to the whole personal training side of things. But I'm definitely more so every year that goes by that, this is what it is.
It's the right thing you do.
Yeah,
that's great.
Now it's always try to do things myself before. You get, obviously, as a business owner, entrepreneur, spinning a lot of plates, everything becomes very stressful. A lot of success, a lot of highs, a lot of lows. But this time is like, if you want to go fast, you go alone. If you want to go far, go together.
That's it.
This is why we're here now, You are one of the first people that came to mind to be like, right, I know socially, running clubs are booming at this point at the minute. I'm not someone who enjoys running.
You're not?
No. Just in case anyone's thinking, I am. No, I definitely dislike it. Somehow
you would never have guessed that.
So, could I partner with someone who is an expert in their field?
Right.
Who do I know? Whoever I had a relationship with over the years, and it was you from back in the day doing the classes at the Meanwood Gym in Leeds, gym group. and you've gone on your journey, I've gone on mine, and then it's just come back to me like, no, Addy's the guy. And then as I voice noted you, I remember driving out of town near Sheepscap Car Wash, and I thought, let me just voice note him while I'm driving.
yeah.
And then you got back to me, and then you were saying you're in that same place in terms of
timing.
So I don't know, you go with what that was like for you when you got that voice note from me.
Yeah.
And then where you're at in that day.
Yeah. I mean, great what you just said, and great question as well. Yeah, like that's the first time hearing your kind of background with the music and the transition that you made as well. It's great to hear, because I guess my transition from music into health has been a bit later on as well, because I was probably still clinging on to the idea of music, and it feels like a weight has lifted now. I am focused on health and wellness, because I think for me, I've always had a passion for branding. Come from a bit of a marketing background, but unhappy kind of working for someone, or in that sense. But so I always knew I wanted to be an entrepreneur, and not for the idea of just I've got my own business, because you're actually taking the harder route in a way. Could be more rewarding, but it's harder and it's risky as well. So just getting into to that. But I had the idea for Keep Me Young for a while, so I was like building that up until I got it to like the launching pad, and then one of the things for me, I was basically thinking to myself, I should have a running club, and a friend of mine said like 2 years ago, oh, you should. Have you ever thought of having a running club in Leeds? And I was like, oh, it might just be easier just to join and latch on to other running clubs. But so many people kind of coming to me for advice for running and things like that. And, oh, you really run every day? And, I was kind of silent. I didn't like to talk too much, but people say, no, it really inspires me. You should speak more. So I think that led on to kind of the idea of, showcasing running or seeing how I can connect with others to help them as well. And then all this thought processing, and it was literally one night I was thinking, you should just have your own running club. And then the day after you reached out, like you couldn't have timed it perfectly. And I thought that's just spooky, And then you were saying about, the running club and where you're at with Thrive. And it's brilliant. And I will say, like, rewind, when I was like kind of brain dumping loads of stuff about Keep Me Young, I did think about yourself, because I was thinking, working with PTs somehow, when you haven't got the solid idea, and I was like, Kyle, so that was like ages ago, but I thought, we hadn't spoken for a while. So I was like, I'll probably have to reach out to him. And so it's weird how things happen, and I think that can't be ignored, and it usually happens when you're on the right path with things, and you're really in your what it is you should be doing. I noticed these things happen, and I think it's been great, because I think we're aware that the entrepreneurial kind of road is lonely as well.
Yeah.
So if you can connect, with like-minded, even if it's just for discussions with other people who are trying to figure it out and trying to provide the best of what they can do within their brand, then connect. So, it's great that we've done that. And I think it's at a great time, because we are just kind of new and getting things moving. So for me, with the fitness, 2020 was when I started like running consistently. Lockdown happened. Yeah. And I just started running. And I said, okay, what's, you've done music for so long, you've got a passion for business and branding. What is it you're going to do? But you have to be authentic. This is me to myself. You have to be authentic. You can't just be selling something or, for the sake of it or whatever. It has to be you. So when you've done music for so long, it's hard to like snap out of that. What's the other thing? Who are you? And so I'm thinking this while I'm running, and then I'll go home after my run, and then I'll get a shower, and then I'll get a coffee, and I'll put lion's mane in, and I have my sea moss. What's the thing? I don't know what the thing, so I'm doing all that, and then I'll go for a run again, and after a while it dawned on me, oh, you see this coffee that you're having, see this cacao, see this ginseng, see this sea moss that you're having. Okay, it's wellness, you're looking after yourself, it's helping your life, you're running every day, you're getting faster, you're having no injuries. There's something in this, and it's happening to you, so you can share that with others authentically, and that's what led me on to Keep Me Young and got me to where I'm at today. And as you know yourself, I've always loved cardio and stuff like that from the gym times. But I think running's really allowed me to find the corner of fitness that where I belong, in that, kind of simplifying. Yeah, I love other aspects of exercise, but yeah, running is clearly the number one for me. So
Yeah, exactly. And it's,
yeah,
I think we've just, like I say, we've had a lot of meetings before, and sometimes we get imposter syndrome,
yeah,
especially when we're trying to build these two brands.
yeah,
So we've had moments, is this going to work in Chapel Allerton? Who do we think we are? And
yeah,
I think I said it to you quite a few times, and we just agreed on it. Like, no, we are experts in our field. We've been
Yeah.
there, done that. I've done personal training. I've worked at the best personal training studio
Yeah,
company in the world, where for every 100 applicants you get, one PT gets the job.
Yeah.
I've been there for
Wow.
a couple of years, so I know I like to think I have an idea of how I can help people physically and mentally.
Yeah.
I've done bodybuilding, I've run shows, I've traveled internationally to compete at shows in America. And I've done powerlifting. I've lifted big numbers powerlifting. I somehow fell into doing a marathon.
Yeah, somehow fell into.
Somehow, I always say that.
So it's like, you slipped and then, oh no, I'm in it. What's this badge? Like, go.
It literally felt like that.
Yeah.
And obviously you've got your background as well, special cardio, special lot of hit training, the exercise, everything you're doing, the course you're putting in now. We can contribute so much to changing people's lives on our own and individually.
Yeah.
Right now we're coming together, like it's just mega power that we have to really help people and impact people in a positive way. And Chapel in his local us, and it just feels like there's not been a running club. There is a running club that's established on another day around here, but we established ourselves on a Monday, and people, we never even thought it's going to really work out.
No.
Night after work,
Yeah.
and it's too busy with roads, and it's just worked out perfectly.
Yeah.
So I do believe we are literally some of the most, if you will, qualified people in Leeds or North Leeds to do this. And because it's such a genuine passion, it just runs smoothly. And the first running club was amazing. And second, third, fourth, fifth, what we are now, seventh, eighth. Everything's gone so well. Even when we've had bad weather, rain,
people have been there.
horrible, cold, warm people up quickly. People always just have that smile on their face when we're warming them up and talking to them. And, I think we've just started, but this is something that's going to be something incredible, especially after going to the Yorkshire Green Coast and people coming from there. The sky's the limit, but that's rare this week.
Definitely. Yeah, no, absolutely. And it's been great to see, I know even some people who haven't run before are now starting to run. And, part of the welcome, I'd done the small kind of leaflet book of the art of running, and that was just to kind of share the not the technical, but the simple kind of mindsets that go into running, because I know it's not the norm to run every day like I do. So my thing was like, what is it that goes through my head that allows me to run every day, and how can I put that simplified in a book so people can just read and they might just pick up, oh yeah, I never thought of that, So that was one thing for me, is like simplifying that as well. And like you said, someone who runs the way I do to not like have a running club going on would just not make sense, because I'm going to be running on that day anyway. So it's, why not have people join and help people? And mainly in the club, I'm just there to motivate people, as you know, and just play some music and get people moving. And so I enjoy it. And I think, I don't know about yourself, but Mondays have changed for me now. So it changes the week. It changes the feel of the week. I think the week feels like it goes a bit faster, but it's like, it's not a drag as much. Like usually you'd be on Monday and you're, okay. Some people are like, I've got the whole week, which isn't a good mindset. You should always have gratitude, but it's not easy to have that, especially depending on your lifestyle, or maybe in a job you don't like, or whatever it be. I know I've definitely been there. So just having that Monday of like coming together, seeing faces, and then, starting the week strong. I think we picked the perfect day for that. It's definitely helped me. And as much as we're helping people, it's helping me, as well. To be honest, it's we're all helping each other and building a community. And there's some great people involved in the running club already. And like you said, Chapel Allerton, I've been in this community for over a decade, and it's just, you just want to bring more to here and just do great things moving forward, isn't it? And I think it's endless to where we can go. So we're just kind of like reeling it back, and just moving forward and try and have fun and let people know we are human, and it's have our up days, our down days, and it's just that's it really.
No, to be fair, it's just about growing. We're working mainly with like the community.
Yeah.
How can I impact as many people as possible in a positive way through everything we offer? And then we have specific markets of people that we want to speak to and work with as well.
Yeah.
But it's how can we help everyone at the same time? And it's just success stories.
Yeah.
I want people to talk about Thrive and feel like they are thriving because of the influence that we've had in every area of their lives, physically and mentally, through their jobs, careers, family. And we want to be able to look back at the end of this year and think, they've impacted a lot of people.
Yeah. Brilliant.
How about you?
So village domination, no, not the club. No, just personally for me, it's just like becoming a better kind of business person as well, becoming a better entrepreneur. And I say that just because I want to make sure I'm not missing a trick in terms of how I can be of use and of service for people. And I think that's something that I've learned as well throughout time. Ditch the ego completely and focus on how you can be of service. And I think that's what really matters. Too many people focus on just themselves. It's really how can you be of service for people. And as well as being in a position where I've got a gas mask on, so I can put other people's gas masks on, because you have to empower yourself or put yourself in a solid situation. And that's my mission, is to be able to be a fully 100% entrepreneur. So it allows me the freedom to help. And that's I think that's the thing. Get a PB this year with running, and again, I'll keep running, and it is for mental health. And like you said, there's probably other times we can go into like our backgrounds and kind of things we've got through and obstacles and hurdles. I definitely want to touch on that, like moving forward, maybe in the next sit down that we have. Because I think there's a lot with yourself, there's a lot with myself that people can see, how we overcome certain things. I know my background's very tough, very, very tough. And I say that because, you have a lot of friends and people, and then I realize, oh, my upbringing was hard, was really hard. And most people won't know that, but I think it's important for me to share that with people, because so many people go through things, and if they know you might share a similar pain or whatever, it's important to let people know. And I think that will help inspire people as well and motivate people. So I really want to touch on that. There's a lot of charity kind of thing as well. So suicide prevention is one thing that will be definitely helping with for Keep Me Young. And then just pushing forward. At the moment, in a 17-minute bracket 5K. I don't know if I can get to 16 minutes.
Of course you can.
No, I don't know. 36-minute bracket on the 10K. Don't know if I can get to it. It's tough, but I do feel I'm getting faster. So we'll just have to see. And that's my personal kind of thing. But again, if it can inspire people. And that's it. Travel more, see more, and build. And definitely as we just keep connecting and build as well. We need more people with this type of mindset we've had. But what I've learned is don't force it, choose your circle, and it'll naturally come. One big thing we talked about was faith, and having faith and not forcing anything. And I believe as long as we're on the right path, you will find things will start to happen, So I encourage anybody as well just to be their true, authentic self. That's one of the messages I had this week, is be your true, authentic self. If you're weird, be weird. Don't try and be the same as someone else. Don't try and think, oh, well, that's what they're doing, so I've got to look like that. I've got to be like that. It's like, no, everyone's an individual, and people's authenticity will be of use to somebody if they really tap into it. Most of us don't. That's why most of us leave school. We end up just falling into suit of what everyone else is doing. And like you said, sometimes it takes us to discover what is really natural to us. Like you said, you was doing sound engineering, and you start to think, oh no, this now I'm doing this fitness. This feels natural to who I am. And I think music was natural to me, but I think it was the timing of things. So I think, now it's just really not holding back, not being scared, and just be as weird as you can and be your own self. So, that's it. They said to me, don't run every day. That's what they said. They said don't run every day. You probably want to do 3 times a week. I wouldn't push it to 4. And I used to listen. Now 5 years of running consistently daily, and I've never felt better. So I'm not saying to everybody run every day. I don't expect it is a bit mad. Don't probably do that. But for me, I'm doing it and I'm good. So, it's like coming out of that kind of thing and just saying, well, I'm gonna be my authentic self. So that's what I'd probably like to leave it on for people, is just it's 2025 is time to not be a sheep and to really be your own individual, and that's what makes everything interesting, that everybody brings their own kind of character. They're not following just what they're fed online or whatever. It's like, no, just tap into who you are. And I think that's what people should be looking at now, my opinion. That's what I'm doing. So, yeah. So, anything else before we wrap up? Okay. So we're gonna wrap up anyway, and this is our first sit down. Hopefully we'll do more. So, yeah. Stay well and stay good.
That's what it's about, guys. Yeah, see you soon. Nice.